really what I'm going to be working with Colt here and showing you guys is how to take bridle exercises on the ground as well as halter exercises, as I'll show you in the beginning. And we're going to take those and we're going to do exercises and perform exercises that not only help our horse to learn how we're going to communicate to him and how he's supposed to relate to us as a leader and help us lead better, but it's also going to help me get control of very specific parts of his body so that I can translate that into my riding. And when I do groundwork, there isn't much that I do in my groundwork that doesn't help me directly when I get to the saddle. There's a lot of ground exercises out there, and a lot of them that are really, really great. There's a bunch of different things that you can do. The things that I like to specifically do are things that help me in my riding, make my horse a better riding horse and make him a better performer, and also accomplish all the other things that groundwork could do as well. So that's the kind of thing that I keep in mind when I'm doing these ground exercises is how do I get this to the saddle? How does this help me in the saddle? And how does this make my horse better? So we're going to go ahead and get right to it. And I'll walk you guys through a lot of this stuff. Colt's done a lot of this stuff before. Some of this stuff is newer to him. Some of this stuff is newer to me. I've been incorporating a lot of new things into my training program recently over the past year or so. And so a lot of this stuff is newer things that if you've seen me before, you probably haven't seen some of this stuff. Some of the beginning stuff you will have. Some of the stuff later on you probably haven't seen before and gets a lot more specific and helps the horse progress, especially when it comes to performance disciplines. Also, Mackenzie over here is going to be walking around. I don't have a booth this year, so this is my booth. Welcome to my booth, guys. This is great. But she has some pamphlets and some cards and such, so she's going to be walking around. If you want a pamphlet or a card, just go around, wave your hand, she'll give one to you, and she can go ahead and get that to you while we're going ahead and working here. All right, so the first ground exercise that I'm going to start with is just some stuff we can do with the halter, and this kind of stuff doesn't as much affect my riding or affect what I can do with my horse when I'm riding him. This is really just fun stuff that I like to play around with if I have a little bit of time to work with my horse, and I just want to make a small improvement. I just want to work with him, push him around a little, and let him learn how to use his body, work off of my body. A lot of this comes from giving him cues with my body and with my vocal, so it just kind of gets my horse a lot more locked on to me, as well as teaches him how I'm going to lead, and teaches the handler how to lead and how to communicate specifically with their body. Horses don't speak audibly a ton. They don't communicate with other horses audibly a ton. It's very much intention. It's very much body language. It's very much the energies that you're putting towards that horse. So when I'm doing these specific exercises with the halter, a lot of that is coming that way. I'm giving certain intentions with him, with my body. I'm giving certain body language to him that tells him to do certain things or respond certain ways. So very much with these exercises, I want to be very, very soft with my hands. I want it to come from my body. I don't want it to come a lot from my hands. I don't want to be pulling on his face. The more I manipulate his face, the more it throws off his ability to move. It'd be like if I'm running around, I'm trying to run a cross-country course, and somebody keeps tugging on my back or tugging on my leg with a rope. Well, then I'm not going to be able to go on the cross-country course very well. And of course, if there's obstacles, say I'm running a warrior dash or something like that, and I got obstacles, and someone keeps tugging on me, I'm not going to be able to get over those obstacles very well. I need my body free in order to do the job well. Same thing with this horse. He needs his body free so he can move his neck freely, move his shoulders freely, raise his back up as he needs to. He needs that freedom of motion so he can do his job well without me getting in the way. He knows how to move. He knows how to move like a horse. I'm not a horse. I don't necessarily know better than he does how he's supposed to move. So I got to give him the freedom to let him go do his job. All right, so we're going to get to work here. And the first thing you want in any training exercise or any training program, most of the time, is go forward. So that's the first thing I'm going to ask him for. I'm asking him to go forward and go forward consistently. If you guys log on to the YouTube channel or you watch any other videos that I do or any other exercises that I do, you'll almost always see that it starts with go forward consistently. Too many times I get horses that come to me with problems or come to me that can't perform certain maneuvers, and they don't have to go forward yet. They don't have enough forward. Their impulsion isn't forward. They don't know how to go forward. And yet we wonder why they're backing up, they're stopping, they won't cross the obstacle. I can't communicate to him. He's rearing up, he's bucking, all these things, and they don't even have go forward. If I can't get the horse to go forward politely and pleasantly and relaxed, I don't have anything. So we start with that first. So all I'm really going to do is I'm pointing the direction I want him to go with my left hand, and all of my energy is towards his hindquarter right here. That's where I'm focused to go forward. That's the motor. That's what gets it to go. So that's where the focus goes right here. Now once he's going forward, my focus is now actually going right to almost my girth area. This is similar to where my legs would be, or to maintain the horse from my seat. Right side here. So my focus is a triangle from his nose to me to his tail, and I'm pointed straight at that rib cage or at that girth line. I just want him to go forward consistently. Unless I stop my feet, he won't stop his. That's how I know it's consistent, and in his mind he's thinking forward. He's going forward, thinking forward. There's nothing in his brain that says stop or hesitate, because nothing from me says stop or hesitate. My feet are moving, his feet are moving. If my feet stop, his feet are going to go ahead and stop. Colt, stop. You're supposed to stop. He stopped. Just try this again. So he goes forward. We're going to wake him up a little bit. Forward, forward, forward. My feet are going forward. His feet are going. My feet stop. His feet stop. Try this again. Go forward. My feet are forward. His feet are forward. My feet stop. His feet stop and go around behind me. He's kind of bashful today. He thinks all you guys are really scary. He'd just like to hide behind me. He says, Dad, they're kind of scary. All right, so we're going to work on that more later while we're inside here, but that's getting too far ahead. We don't want to go there for now. I don't have the tools yet to correct that from what I've said so far. So all we want right now is just go forward consistently. So we got go forward consistently. My focus is towards his rib cage. I'm walking towards that rib cage. Now, if the motor back here says go forward, and that's the motor, I have to be able to shut that motor off. If I put impulsion towards that motor, I can also shut it off and say slow down. If I put a lot towards it, I'm saying quick, shut it down. If I put a little towards it, I will only slow down a little bit. So if we go here, if we go ahead and say trot, go forward, my energy goes towards his hip to go forward. Maintain and go forward. That energy goes towards his hip. I want it to go away. He stops. And then we'll go ahead and say go the other way. Point the direction I want to go forward. Go forward consistently. Go forward consistently. Energy towards the hip. Stop your front feet. Now, if the hip doesn't go, if it doesn't move away from me, when my energy goes towards it, I got to have something that says that means go away from me. So what I'll do, go forward, is I'll add pressure with my lead rope that says move that hip away. Pressure from my body and that lead rope. The lead rope is the extra push that says get that body away from me. Shut that hindquarter down. So if you don't have it at first, the horse won't just naturally move that hip away from you and pick up the end of your lead rope, and I just put pressure towards that hip and I say hip, go away. Immediately shut down. Go the other way. Point the direction I want to go. Forward, hit, shut down. Now as soon as I give him that cue and he starts to get the idea,